Hello everybody and welcome back to artofdino.com and saveearth.us, and I am dealing and messing around with Imagine.Art today and their AI capabilities, which are great. I recommend it. Free. You can get some videos. You get free 50 credits every 12 hours. It's a great site, and I am obsessed with doing this. Taking artwork. In the last video I took old artwork and I rendered it in an interesting way to see what happens, described it in a cool way with some prompts, and now this video I'm going to do my own ones, some sketches and some of my full artworks to see what happens. And this is an artwork I haven't shared with you all yet, but thinking about the columns that they found under Egypt and envisioning what one mighty column might have looked like. And so the render did this, and I'm going to draw that. I'm going to finish that sketch within the next week, so stay tuned for that. But I wanted to see what AI did it. And this is a cool way too. If you have a sketch, you pump it into here, see what AI does, and see what you're thinking, and kind of combine. And I'm going to mostly just do my ideas because I did this after the fact that I already started drawing. But very cool way to use this kind of program. And again, this is my Outer Realms drawing, very massive, and boom, with a little bit of creativity, kind of minimal creativity, it came up with this, which retained the structure but looks a little sloppy, and then a little more creativity. And look at the realism on this. This is again the outer landscape, and this turned it into a full-blown landscape, like something you'd see in a video game, but immaculate and very unique styled and used with the kind of design techniques of the drawing that I did. So look at that thing. Really, really awesome. And again, very cool to see what AI does to your own personal art. Like I said before, every one I've used to try stuff like this has come out total garbage. But this one is very fascinating to me. And look at this is the inner landscape, an old Tibetan artwork. Amazing. Look at the way that is. And a picture of the human body over that. Or that is our inner landscape in the same form, and kind of they turned it into a more nature inspired one than the drawing I did, which had more people and different animals in it and different sizes. But I absolutely love that. I think it's incredible. And this is called The Power of Love, something I did for a book cover that got denied after and replaced by some nonsense. But again, this one's pretty cool. Two little angels. They kind of took out the male and female and made it into a lesbian kind of thing. But no, they're just friends. They're angels, celestial angels holding hands, doing some cool stuff. The heart, you can still see kind of the essence and the shape of my renderings. Again, super cool, very sparkly and nice and pleasant and beautiful looking. This one, a piece of Earth that I finished in 2 weeks in 2016, right after Trump won. And again, very cool when you turn it into something a little bit more realistic. They added the map and in a cool way. You can see the flags like bending and folding and looking a little more realistic. It kind of tweaked the flags and added ones where they shouldn't have. But the symbols, the space around the symbols, all very cool. I thought this was very nice and a very cool way to look at that drawing and change it. This is the Gates of Paradise or Paradise Portal. I'm not really sure, but again, I love the way this one came out. Super cool. Got rid of Eve in that and turned her into a tree, but the animals look really nice. And these animals are actually pretty decent compared to a lot of AI animals I've seen that just look like freak monsters. And that is beautiful with Adam and Eve hanging out there. This time they were eliminated, but again, super cool. And you get the stuff. I like the render of it, and I like the beauty of it, and it gives me some cool ideas. But I again like my version better because it's got more meaning when you kind of focus on it and you look at the symbols and you read it a certain way. AI doesn't really have that subconscious meaning. That's one thing it will never have. But whereas the artist taps into the subconscious without even knowing and puts it into their artwork, and it's amazing. And this is the Jane Bodyverse, a full structure of the universe as a mechanical machine. And look at that. Again, amazing. All the different layers of the realms, all the different immaculate constructions, and just conceived in a brilliant, absolutely cool way that I wouldn't be able to do. Like a machine, it would take me forever to render something like that. And that's why I leave it up to these guys to do it in 10 seconds rather than me spending 10 years. Dance of the Stars, this one didn't come out so good. This one came out the best, actually, of all the renders. But they took out the finger of God at the top, the map, the Earth map in the middle, completely disappeared and turned into stars. And everything else, the clouds kind of turned into ropes and I don't even know, amorphous blob beings. But again, still really cool. A cool disc. It looks cool. It's very pleasant, which is a sign that my design that I created was looks very pleasing. This is another recent sketch that I've done. I'm actually starting to draw on it now, but this is taking that design and adding a little creativity, so it's still kind of nice, and then boom, filling it in with immaculateness, making it look real, and saying wow. And again, taking sketches like this and seeing what AI does with it is really cool. If you haven't done it, I recommend you do it, because you can do it with a small, simple sketch, or you can do it with detailed sketches like this. And again, very cool. You can get a lot of good ideas, a lot of ways to hone down your skills and make them really nice. This is my Flowers of Love drawing, and this render was with the least creativity, came out I think the closest and best, but they got rid of the words love. None of those made it in. So again, stuff that AI can't do. And if you were to have even love in there, it wouldn't be able to get all the languages, all the international words, all the different things. The human will always be needed. And here is mine and Norman Rockwell's golden rule. Mine, basically, but Norman did the humans, but I did the animals, and this one looks cool. And again, the animals come out all blotched. There's eyes connected, missing things, fake animals. And this one's a little more silly, kind of anime rendered, but I didn't choose that. Just kind of came up with some cool looking 3D animals that are all together. The message is lost. The power, again, the golden rule power is not there, because people can't relate to animals that aren't real and they haven't seen and don't know about, but they can relate to animals that they do see and think are cute and nice. Here's another sketch where it's old world meets new world. This is a new drawing I've got coming up. Again, stay tuned for that, but look at that. It came out pretty cool. How the old world has like cool buildings, and the right side is kind of animated and not as fulfilled. Same with this one, kind of broken down. There's the teepee over there, and then to the left, nice buildings, some cool moss. It definitely tweaked my original idea a little bit by changing things, and that one I had to add the water, because in this first two it didn't have the water, but I like the way it has the people at the bottom meeting and connecting in that cool way. And again, a very interesting thing when you're doing a sketch. Why not see what how AI would color it, because again, you might come up with an idea. It might come up with an idea that you didn't think of, or more. You might just inspire you to go in a whole nother direction than what they put out, or it might make you just feel proud to not be or to be able to do what you will as an artist, because we can do everything. And this is a little human spiral that I messed around with at the gallery the other day, and I wanted to see if you could make all the people look real. And look at it. It kind of did. A very cool and colorful way. That one's really nice. I like the colors there. But again, I wonder if you zoom in, if it would just look like absolute garbage, and I think it would. And this is a new drawing of mine that I just finished called Tartaria Dreaming. So kind of a guy looking out, knowing that it's there, and then look at this, turned into like a dinosaur at the bottom. It looks like a bunch of like clay and Play-Doh and like kid stuff, which is also very cool. Very neat background there, and the cool little clouds. I love that bottom part with the hill. This one almost looks like a Luna moth or some kind of crazy stingray in the bottom, and again, just fun. Looks really cool. Very cool to just see all this stuff. And lastly, my Tree of Life, which again, the render didn't come out too good, but it came out kind of cool. So again, it will always be necessary for artists to do the work. The AI can only take things so far, it can only do so much, and it can only do certain things really well. The human can do everything with enough practice, enough time, enough effort, enough research, enough education, enough patience, and we can do it all. So never give up. Utilize the tools that are around you to enhance your imagination and make your process go smoother and better, and everything will be great. And I hope you enjoyed this collection of beauty. Check out Imagine.Art, and bless you all from artofdino.com and saveearth.us.